Hey guys, welcome to Alice's channel. So today I'll be playing Chapter 1, Part 2 of the Book of Unwritten Tales 2. And please leave any comment and feedback below, give me a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching everyone, hope you guys enjoy.
My name is Weathervane, Professor Weathervane.
You want to teach us?
Well, yes, why not?
You're a gnome! Gnomes can't do magic!
I can, and have. During my mage training, yes?
That's a pretty rude kid.
My mother also says that you should not be a teacher. But I think you're great, Professor.
Oh, thank you.
Say, Professor, what exactly is the magic constant? How long must Aventasia mature? What can you tell us about ancient magic runes?
So I'm gonna say I can answer that later.
I will answer all your questions, but not now. It's time for History of Magic.
Then I have a history question. As everyone knows, gnomes are completely incompetent when it comes to magic. To be exact, only one great gnome mage has appeared in the last 800 years. He defeated Gremar, the last of the great dragons. What was the name of that last great gnome mage?
I'll be back in a minute.
I just need a drink of water. Frog in my throat.
Ha!
Okay,
Oh
so
man, Master Marcus warned me that the students would test me the first few hours, but this is a nightmare. I don't know all these things. I know nothing. Easy, boy, easy. Think, Wilbur, think.
so he's a little bit I guess
This has to be the oldest
confused.
shoe I've ever seen.
So you can get a
So
note
old, it's
here
not-
if you just keep talking to it. I mean examining it. And he'll
That's strange. There's paper in the bottom of the shoe. Oh, maybe the shoe has a hole and the paper is supposed to protect the wearer from getting wet feet. It's a sheet from a book. It's folded in the middle and printed on both sides. That equals 4 pages. It wasn't torn out. It looks more like the glue weakened and the sheet fell out. I'll just take it with me.
So we're gonna just observe
beautiful
all the
golden cloud
items.
One of my predecessors must have laid it up there. A very tall predecessor. The
So
entire school building is a bit scary. No one knows exactly where it was the last 20 years. It disappeared overnight and then reappeared just as suddenly once the war ended. There's a lot of magic in these old walls. The stove is always on, for example, and even though I've never put any wood in it. A magical stove is a fine thing in winter, but in the summer, this small room could quickly become sweltering. Ow! That stone is definitely more than just warm. It can't be healthy in the long run for Fridolin to always eat parchment and old scrolls. Perhaps he'd like the pet food I bought.
so that piece of paper that we just got it will help us to complete a quest.
Master
So-
Marcus and the Archmage were so busy rebuilding the city that no one had the opportunity to teach me anything about teaching.
So
This box was in a shop window down in the city. I thought it might be useful. After all, there are children with magic wands on it. But unfortunately, it just seems to be a bunch of those tricks. Like that old one with Mr. Wupperman, the top hat and the rabbit.
So
A
it'll
short
be
white
good
robe,
to
a pair
get
of
that
dice,
piece of
playing
paper
cards,
early,
and a guide on how to
so that
read
you don't
when
need to
across
come
the
back
garden
here
path.
later.
That's just not right. Real magic or none at all. It looked like this before I ever moved in. Generations of teachers must have left their stuff here. I like it. The school has a history and when I have time, I'll rummage through it. A few of the crates and boxes are labelled. Hands off. Property of the half-blood prince. Schrödinger. That box could hold a dead cat. Or not.
So we're just going through all the items. It's highly recommended for people who
These are
just
the aviator goggles
who
that my
doesn't know the
granddad gave me
storyline
before
or
my
haven't
first
played
trip
this
to
game
Seastone.
before,
Well, pair of aviator goggles. The original pair was lost when Grandad fired me out of the cannon.
it just gives you guys a
That's when
better
I found out
perspective
Grandad has a
of
whole
each
box of these
character and
goggles.
what they think
Every time he
by
tries to
going
persuade
through
some
all
idiot
these
to do something stupid, he makes a
magnifying
rousing speech and then
glasses.
hands over his old aviator goggles. My whole family stayed in the White Ridge Mountains. Why would they even want to come to Seastone? This isn't their world. Little Sydney can walk now and reach everything that's on the workbenches. That tripled her invention output. Meggie doesn't build battle robots anymore since the war is over. Now she's experimenting with computing machines. But Grandad says there's no future in it. It wasn't easy to tell them I'm not an engineer but a mage instead. Mum said she'd always suspected. The teddy is just, a keepsake and some moral support from home. Soft and cuddly moral support. The bed, but that's okay. Friends share. And he lets me sleep at the foot there. Earlier, in a situation like this, I would have holed up in bed and hoped that everything would somehow take care of itself. But those days are gone. I'm a professor of magic and I have to solve my own problems. The bed is, but that...
Okay, so we're going to grab the wand.
Ah, my wand. The King of Thieves got it for me during my mage training. He and the other rats have been tirelessly helping to rebuild the city in recent months. They work closely with the Archmage, albeit mostly in secret. I still haven't figured out exactly how it works. Sometimes it performs the most amazing magic, and sometimes it can't even perform the simplest of tasks. Archmage Alistair's promised to have a look at it sometime. Maybe it has a loose connection or something.
And then we're going to look at the magic contract.
This is my contract, signed by the Archmage. I'm the first teacher in the School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. At least the first since the school reappeared. At first I didn't want to accept. I know almost nothing about magic, but Master Alistair said there are very few mages left, and I had completed mage training faster than anyone else. I was the right person for the job. I wanted to help and learn more about magic, so I agreed. Hopefully that was the right decision. I wouldn't want to disappoint Master Alistair. A bowl of fresh, cool water for my roommate.
So what happened is that he forgot the phone number to Master Marcus.
Master Marcus explained it to me. He'll know how I contain those unruly students. So, what was that number again? 64731?
Hello.
Ah! Oh, wrong number!
So the Frito is actually
This is
sleeping.
Friedlin, my rabbit sheep. I had to cast the transformation spell during my mage training. And this is the result.
So Frito is actually sleeping on the notepad where it contains the phone
Sometimes
number.
my wand works.
And what we need to do is get him
I
off
think
that
we make
notepad.
a good team. Unfortunately, Friedlin doesn't do... Well, buddy? What are you eating there? Hey, that's my notepad. I still need that notepad. It has Master Marcus's number.
So what we're going to do, we're going to give him some
Friedlin might prefer green.
tasty food. And we're going to sprinkle the food on the bed.
Maybe I can lure Friedlin away from my notepad. That's it. That's all there... Hey, Friedlin, look! Food! All you have to do is hop over here and get it.
It looks like a kangaroo rather than a rabbit.
Wow! My rabbit sheep has superpowers. But now the food is gone and Friedlin is still hungry. Ah, no wonder I didn't do it right. It says, space-saving instant dry food. Soak in water before feeding. Ah...
So what we need to do, we need to feed
no way of taking a bowl with me. I mean, how am I supposed to put a bowl of water into my pocket without getting my robe soaking wet? It's not like I can just carry anything around. But I could use the bowl here in the room.
So we're going to use the bowl onto
How
Frito.
about some water to wash the food down? That's what I thought. Food was pretty dry, right? See how well I take care of you? Then maybe we could talk about my note.
And that will make him bloat. float up.
Oops. Sorry.
So we're gonna push him away and get the number and call Master Marcus.
It says, Master Marcus, only in emergencies, 64179. This is definitely an emergency. I'm losing my students' respect before I even had it. Well, 6417 and, 9. Hopefully this will work this time.
Yes? Hello?
Master Marcus!
Wilbur, what is it?
Well, there's this boy who's naughty and cheeky and he doesn't listen to me.
Wilbur, you're a teacher now. Of course the students are naughty and outrageous. You have to assert yourself.
I've only been a teacher for a few days and I'm all alone. And the school is eerie and there's no textbooks and no one wants to learn anything and...
Wilbur, no one expects you to be the perfect teacher right away. Wake your students' enthusiasm for magic. That would be a good start.
How can I inspire my students? I don't know anything about the history of magic.
Obviously not. Otherwise you would know that you'll never attract anyone with that subject.
But it's in the curriculum.
Oh, bugger the curriculum. Do what you're good at. Cast spells. Fill them with wonder. Make them want to be able to do the same.
But I don't know how.
Wilbur, you conjured a sheep out of a hat, and you didn't know how to do that either. Go out there and knock them dead. Let the magic do the work. You may not know what you're doing, but you're doing it.
Just do some magic.
Just do some magic.
Your brother called me a natural talent. I am really quite good at magic, right?
You did some incredible things during your training.
I just wish I could control the magic better. Sometimes it just bubbles out of me and other times, nothing.
I think that will come with time. And if not, you will have to rely on your ingenuity.
Why do I have to teach here all alone? Why aren't there any other teachers?
Many mages died during the war. There are only a few of us left. And most of those who survived are now pursuing more lucrative activities. Alchemy, ghost hunting, children's birthday parties.
But training new mages is important. If the rest are just out for the gold, then who will take care of the next generation?
Being a teacher is an important and honourable task, Wilbur, even when others fail to appreciate that.
If it's such an important task, why aren't you teaching at this school?
Politics. My brother is the Archmage, and he's in the middle of an election campaign. If he were to give his own brother a job, well, his opponents would just love that. But I'm not angry. I did my part. I trained mages when no one else would. And I found the most talented gnome mage the world has ever seen.
Apparently there was a powerful gnome mage a long time ago. Did he kill any dragons?
According to legend, the last of the great dragons, Gremma, was defeated by a gnome.
That's the one I mean. What was that gnome's name?
No one knows. He arrived at a time of great need and saved the people of the Southlands by accomplishing the impossible. Then he disappeared without a trace.
Wow. But one of my students asked me for his name.
Then he probably wanted to lead you up the garden path. Some students want to find your weaknesses and see how far they can go. Don't take any guff.
Thanks for your help, Master Marcus. I'll get through the lesson one way or another, and I'll get back in touch, okay?
Sorry, but no, Wilbur. You caught me packing. I'm off to spend 2 exciting weeks with a couple of friends.
What, you got on vacation?
Maybe it's more than just a holiday. I sold the mage school, as you know. I want to start something new. Finally do what I really want to do. Role-playing games.
Role-playing games?
That's hilarious.
I play a removals contractor who is caught in a traffic jam with his truck and must therefore spend a night in a motel. Can you imagine what adventures could be waiting there for me?
But you just stay in a
I
hotel.
thought being a teacher was really important, and...
That it is. Have fun.
Master Marcus! Hello!
I guess their role-playing game is living in our life. And so that's it. We're going to go back outside now.
Come on, Wilbur. You can do it. You can inspire your students.
And we're going to surprise the students with some magic.
That's better.
So what about the magic room?
No one knows the name of the gnome that defeated Gremma. Nice try. Feet off the desk, or I'll make it bite them off.
Wow, he sounds so much more confident.
Ah, enough with history of magic. Let's cast some spells. Fairy games doesn't sound bad, right?
Impossible!
Not bad, eh? Wow, that is magic. And here you can learn how to control it. That's it for today. Tomorrow we'll do something else.
So we're gonna explore this whole room as well after this mini story or talk with the mom.
Oh, sorry, honey. Get rid of that, will you? I need a word with Mr. Weathervane.
She's kind of
Mr.
rude,
Weathervane, nice to finally meet you in person.
and you guys will know why.
And you are?
How very precious. I rather thought it'd be wise to watch out for you, Mr. Weathervane.
Why watch out for me?
You only play the innocent little country yokel. I always knew that. Your patron, Archmage Alistair, will not win the election against me. Did you know that we're only 3 points behind him in the latest poll?
No, I wasn't aware of that. How may I help you?
Help me? Ha! One of the Archmage's top men wants to help me. You know how the game is played, don't you, Weathervane?
What game?
Things are heating up. The House of Cards is starting to collapse. I know it, and Alistair knows it too. We both lie low, waiting for the other to make a mistake. And he has made the first.
I'd rather play solitaire. Or can I just watch?
Huh, well said, Weathervane. This time, there can be no spectators. Everyone is either for us or against us. This time, it's about the future of this town and the entire country.
What mistake did the Archmage make?
He hired you, a gnome with a fake diploma issued by none other than the Archmage's brother Marcus.
I earned my diploma honestly. I have passed all 3 of the exams and...
Gnomes know nothing of magic. Everyone knows that. And you've never taught before.
But Archmage Alistair believes in me.
As the head mage, he appoints the professors. But I'm the merchant council leader and I assign the administrative post. Headmaster Block will reveal your incompetence and the newspapers will report on the Archmage's dubious personnel policy before the election.
You shouldn't have just shot my fairy.
Do not underestimate me, Mr. Weathervane. I am very well aware that those are not fairy. Kobolus Vergastus, flying kobolds. Don't tell me you conjured them up yourself.
Yes, I did. All 5 of them.
Amazing! Powerful magic is needed to manifest living creatures. That is why most necromancers only reanimate skeletons. Dead matter can be much more easily controlled, as of course you know, or should know.
The new headmaster. Who is he?
Horatius Block. A good man, very correct and very strict.
If he can help this school return to its former glory, I look forward to working with him.
Former glory? This old ruin, it was already run down back in my day. And wherever it was for the last 20 years, it definitely looks like they didn't have any cleaners.
My friend,
like that
Archmage Alistair, is
background
better
picture.
suited to bring the city and the country back into shape than anyone else.
Oh,
It looks like a
believe
dog
that?
/ sheep.
He is a great mage. Anyone who doubts that is mad. And he was a great leader during the war, most of the time. But what we need now is someone who understands the economy.
And that's you?
I am a rich and successful merchant. I have rich and successful friends. Who could be better suited to making others rich and successful?
Alistair would step down for you if he believed that.
You know what? I actually believe you're right. Strange, isn't it? How little he worries about defending his power.
So I guess it's all been said, hasn't it?
Indeed. You're on a sinking ship, Weathervane. But I could still be convinced to throw you a life preserver.
I trust the Archmage.
Then, Mr. Weathervane, you shall perish with him. Here, elect Sybil Van Buren. She knows how to get it done. Come along, honey, we're leaving.
There aren't any of these in my book of fairy tales, Mama.
I know, honey. Who wants to look at something that ugly?
Can you turn him into a unicorn? Or the Cheshire Cat? Or the Frog Prince?
So now we have free roam, and we going to start exploring the place. So I guess we're gonna look from the
I don't
desk
think the
and then
Archmage
move all the
even
way
has brochures like these.
anti-clockwise.
No posters or town criers or plays. Either he lacks the gold or he doesn't want to conduct his election campaign in this manner. I don't know exactly why the council leader left the brochures lying here. It was agreed that children can't vote. First they wanted to base eligibility to vote on size, which of course led a resistance among us gnomes and the dwarves. And then they said weight should be decisive. The more you weigh, the more weighty your vote. But then the trolls and ogres would have been overrepresented. In the end, they agreed on a minimum age. However, there are still arguments because rats, undead children, and other minorities can never vote. Oh, Chantal forgot her book. Seems to be a book of fairy tales, but one of the tackier kind. My dad used to read me fairy tales when I was a kid. The bloodthirstiest, most cruel, proper fairy. I'll just leave it there. Chantal can take it tomorrow. This is the desk that Chantal, the daughter of the council leader, and little Timmy share. Hard to imagine two students being any more different. Chantal is only here because of its tradition in her family, and I don't think she really cares about magic or has any real talent for it. Timmy, though, well, he is eager to learn and was so excited the last few days. It's for students like him that we have to get this school back up and running. A pencil case, a ruler, nothing special.
So we can't pick up the fairy tale
My
book.
dad used to read me fairy proper.
Oops.
This is the desk that Chantal. Hard to imagine. Timmy.
Okay, so that's repeating itself. So we're gonna look at the other table, which is right
I
here.
don't know who that boy was. He was a right pain in the ass. However, he seemed to understand a great deal about magic. And if I managed to teach him some manners, he could be an excellent student. The little fellas look like they've got nothing but mischief in mind. I hope they don't get into too much trouble. Generations of students have left their mark, especially in the form of little pictures and sayings carved into wood. Here's a particularly long. For all drifters and troublemakers, condemned to write the same sentence on the board over and over again, no problem. Cast the automation spell on the piece of chalk and it does it all the work for you. Bartholomew. Hey, aye! That's pretty clever though. The spell carved into wood down there, I'll just write it down.
So now we just got a new spell. And we're gonna start summoning this stuff on the right.
Unusual. This device looks more like ordinary engineering than it does magic. Most magical devices have lots of golden parts, elaborate decorations, and bells and whistles, just the way the mages like them. This one could easily come from a gnome workshop. What is it? The apparatus that corrupted student Allardyce. A warning to those who do not want to accept the limits of magic. It seems a student by the name of Allardyce made this apparatus and it brought him grief. I don't know why. Compared to the things lying around back home in Gnome Hole, this apparatus doesn't look particularly dangerous. What is it? The apparatus...
So that's all we can do.
Ooh, crazy drawings and symbols. That must be really high magic. Only the wisest mages can understand all that.
Now we're gonna pick up our wand.
It didn't let me down this time, though. It worked even better than I expected. It was like it wanted to conjure. I could hardly keep it under control.
And we're gonna summon these items.
Teachers are traditionally paid in apples. I got this one myself, because I didn't want to spend my first day without an apple. I wanted to ask the Archmage whether good teachers can expect any other form of payment than apple. But when he showed me the beautiful contract with the seal and all that, it just didn't seem to be the right time to talk about gold. This book looks very old and important. Half the class had runny noses. Most were recapped. This is the roll book where the teacher writes down any unusual event. Maybe I can find something in the roll book about this Allardyce mentioned in the note on the apparatus.
So the reason why we're doing this is because we need to use that machine for later.
Despite repeated warnings, young Allardyce continued his experiments on his fire maker. To my great regret, I must say that the device works. He demonstrated it to the staff. We had to have him committed to the asylum in Arkhamstone because of his delusions and insubordination. A wizard who invents a fire maker and then committed to an insane asylum by other wizards. I guess they didn't understand his new kind of magic back in their time, or they figured their monopoly was in danger. For a long time, wizards were the only ones allowed to make fire. Maybe I'll find another end. Today I made a disturbing discovery. Young Allardyce, very gifted but also nonconformist, was making drawings of an apparatus. This apparatus could start a fire without magic. Of course, I took the paper away from him and showed it to the headmaster. He ordered 2 weeks of detention in the dungeon and added the drawing to the offender's file. A talented mage invents a fire maker and is locked up for it. The machine remains on display as a wall. Pretty steep, but it fits with the stories about mages in earlier times. They were the only ones allowed to start fires. It was against the law for normal people. If the fire in a house went out, they had to call a mage. And of course, he charged for his work. They used to say, the faster the coin falls through the slot, the faster the wand makes the stove grow hot. Nowadays, everyone makes their own fire. Young Allardyce.
Excellent. So
I suspect that some sort of strange magical creatures were kept in the cages. Students, for example. The mixing of potions is an important part of it. It's a bit like cooking, except a stew doesn't kill you if you add the wrong ingredient, or if it's stirred wrong. No? The last time a fire burned in this was before the school disappeared 20 years ago. And even if I could, I shouldn't start a fire in it anyway. The flue was broken, and the smoke would fill the entire classroom. A little ash, but also some unburned waste.
So here's the second piece of paper for the book.
Precisely, another folded sheet of paper upon which 4 pages have been printed. When I look at the page numbers on the first sheet and on this sheet, it seems there are at least 5 sheets missing. Looks like someone wanted to start a fire and burn the book pages. Lucky for me, they failed.
Okay, so the next part, we're going to go... There's some items that we need to grab from this case here.
When the school disappeared 20 years ago, obviously no one looked after the animals. Expected consequences, really. I don't need the whole skeleton, but a sharp-pointed bone like this might just prove useful.
So now we're going to open
to replicate the fish's
chest,
natural habitat as
chest.
exactly as possible, including miniature treasure chests, just like the ones frequently found in the sea.
And we're going to get a gold coin.
Some old coins. Maybe one of my predecessors had a vicious fish guard his retirement fund.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to examine the chalkboard, and we're going to leave the plant alone for later.
Magic, sheep breeding and care, statistics. That seems to be some kind of timetable.
So we're going to go outside now.
Well, as long as I'm the only teacher, most of these subjects won't get taught.
So we're going to go outside.
Archmage! Remy!
If it isn't our newest professor. How was your first class, Wilbur?
Great! I conjured up a few kobolds and the students loved it.
Ah, well done. That's the right thing to do. You've already pretty much won the battle, Wilbur. Once they want to learn, they will.
What brings you to the school?
I wanted to pay Horatius Bloch, the new headmaster, a first visit and see how the school's doing.
That's very nice of you. But don't you have more important things to do?
Well, it's my old school. I once walked these halls as a child myself.
What the Archmage doesn't want to tell you is that something is wrong here. For a few days he has sensed the presence of something evil.
So what's he like, the new headmaster?
He's no mage, that's for certain.
He is an agent of the council leader.
First and foremost, he is a reliable official with principles, Raimi. The council leader of the merchants did appoint him, and he may advocate her policy. Yet I do not believe he will conspire against us. He is stern, but upright.
Did you see the way he looked at me? Like I was vermin. No, I tell you. The council leader has hired him for one reason and one reason only. He is supposed to make life difficult for our Wilbur here.
Am I being set up to fail so they can put the blame on you, Archmage?
Ah, if that's their plan, then they have already lost.
How's the campaign coming along? I hope we win it.
We're still in the lead.
But our margin is shrinking. Van Buren's bigwig cronies are throwing tons of gold into her.
How are things in the town? Have things calmed down?
Not really. The barricades are getting higher and the camp is getting larger.
People are getting impatient, and who could blame them? The war is over, yet everyone is doing worse and worse.
But you're doing your best, Archmage.
It takes time, Wilbur. The deeper the wounds, the longer they need to heal. And nothing causes deeper wounds than war.
We must deliver results. Most still trust Alistair, but the mood could swing. Then we would not only lose the election, we would have a riot on our hands.
The council chairman was here. She picked up her daughter from my class.
Ah, terrible person.
She has great influence, and she has friends in high places.
She could also use her influence to do good, too. So why is she trying to bring you down?
She believes that that would be a good thing, Wilbur. Almost no one wants to do evil. There are just very different views on what is evil and what is good.
You said you sensed something evil earlier. What do you mean?
Everything we do and think leaves a You know how you sometimes shudder when you enter a place where great evil has been done? Dark magic leaves a particularly strong trace. Like a bad smell.
And it smells like dark magic around here?
I first felt it a few days ago. First in the lower town, then in the upper town. And now here at the school.
Where did it come from? I mean, do you know who's responsible?
I don't. The trace dissipates. There is too much wild magic in the air here at the school.
We must keep our eyes open at all times. Good detective work will serve us better in this case than some hocus pocus.
I think I'll go see the headmaster. Goodbye, Archmage. Bye, Remy.
Goodbye, Wilbur. Don't let them intimidate you.
I'll do my best, and I won't give up.
I know.
You go on ahead, I'll be along in a minute. I want to talk to you in private.
That bit about dark magic all over the city does not sound good.
It's not just that. I think the Archmage's life is in danger. There was an attack, or there may have been one. Alistair insists it was a coincidence, but how often do heavy gargoyles just break up the Mage Tower when he is standing below them? I have assigned as many rats as I can spare to guard him, but you must also keep your eyes open, Wilbur.
Me?
Not only is something going on in the city, something is happening in the school too. We need information. We need to find out who is behind all this.
I hear Alistair's finally appointed you head of the Secret Service. From King of Thieves to High Public Office, eh?
Absolutely. Made quite a stir. It is the first time a rat has ever officially held an official government position. More than a few are of the opinion that with so many humans out of work, rats should not receive any jobs at all.
But nobody knows the city like you rats do. You really helped me out during my last adventure. You brought me potion ingredients and my fantastic magic wand.
And you saved Timmy and my entire clan from starvation. We'll never forget that, Wilbur Weathervane.
Timmy was a great help during my first lesson this morning.
Yes, he has done well. He absolutely wants to be a mage, just like his role model.
Just like the Archmage.
No, just like the hero of the Black Tower. For Timmy and many others, you are one of the heroes who ended the war.
Oh, then it's best I talk to the headmaster and ask him what I should do for him.
Whatever it is, just do it and act inconspicuous. But keep your eyes open for anything unusual while you do so. Well, things that look unusual even in an enchanted mage school.
Got it.
Why don't we meet down at the inn after work? Then we can exchange news.
Oh, I just hope Headmaster Block doesn't keep me busy all night.
Oh, you'll be fine. You defeated the Shadow Army. Never forget that.
He has a very nice accent.
Yeah, just back then I wasn't alone.
So we're going to just explore this place as well. So there's a sheet of paper here as well.
Another book page. I'll take it with me.
And we're gonna look at the boards. The boards will help us lay out for
We
the
carry loads
quest.
of rubbish out of the school. I guess we must have overseen those. I'll take them with me.
And we're gonna also look at the tapestry behind.
Maybe the tapestry shows who the knights served. I don't know much about these things, unfortunately. We didn't have knights in the White Ridge Mountains. Probably they sank in the snow. The tapestry's in a miserable condition, like everything here. The colours are faded and... Hey, there's even a loose thread. The tapestry seems to be magic. At first the thread was very short, but now it's at least 4 paces long. I'll rip it off and take it with me. You can never have enough magic thread.
And that's all we need to do. So we're going to move to the next room. And we're going to see the headmaster.
Headmaster Block.
Ah, Professor Weather, there you are at last. I have some tasks for you.
I look forward to us working together.
I'll be frank, Professor Weather. You have a mage diploma, but have not completed the tests required in order to work. Attested credentials, a written application, nothing. You are only here on the Archmage's recommendation.
That's right. But there's currently a shortage of mages, and everyone must do their best.
Do their best is well and good, but it does not replace the formal and mandatory training for teachers of higher magic.
But the Archmage Alistair trusts me to teach here at the school.
Well, yes. Mages have a well-known penchant for chaos. I'm still trying to get an overview. The records management in this school defies description. Council Leader Van Buren wants to reorganize this educational institution and finally bring structure into the place, and she has my full support. Correct management of the teaching records must once again become the teaching staff's primary task. That is the only possible way to institute efficient control of learning and teaching method.
I may have no formal training as a teacher, but I managed to thrill my students in the very first hour. I performed a spell, and you could really see the way they caught fire. Not literally, of course. It wasn't a fire spell or anything of that sort.
You performed a...
Yes. And now they want to learn to do the same. They want to learn.
According to my records, history of magic was on the syllabus.
Yes, but...
Professor Weathervane, crucial to our success in teaching is that we provide students with a stable, reliable framework and adhere to the curriculum exactly.
Yes, but the students...
Had you enjoyed proper training, you would have known that. I will note this failure in your file, and in the future you will stick to the curriculum, dear colleague.
You mentioned tasks earlier, Headmaster?
Yes, you have 2 tasks. As you know, the Archmage is coming early tomorrow to officially inaugurate the school. Important political and business personages will be attending, and as you can assumedly see, the school is not in a presentable Council Leader Van Buren has hired a caretaker, but he cannot do the work alone. Your tasks are to help him clean the floor in the entrance hall and remove the cobwebs by tomorrow.
You want me to sweep the hall and get rid of the cobwebs? Is that really my job as a teacher?
Yes, indeed. A school is a team endeavor, so that means you have to do what I tell you.
If you'd told me to get rid of the flying kobolds, that I would have understood.
What did you say? If there are flying kobolds infesting the place, they must be got rid of too. See to it, Weathervane. Floor, cobwebs, flying kobolds, fix them.
Huh. And apart from cleaning, what else is there to do?
The inventory has revealed that a number of items of school property have gone missing. Among other things, the school library.
The whole library has gone missing?
That is correct. I asked the Archmage about the matter, and he confirmed to me that the room was there before. He does not know where it is now. He said something about its being in hiding, perhaps, or away traveling. I think it's unseemly. I want that room. We are a school, and we need a library.
Agreed. But where should I start looking?
That I cannot tell you. You are the maid.
You support the council leader in the election, right?
Indeed I do. We need to build up an extensive bureaucracy and boost the economy as quickly as possible. To me, the council leader appears to be a more logical choice than a maid. But do not worry, Weathervane. I don't blame you for your political naivete. As a school headmaster, I am neutral and always act according to school. And of course, political influence in schools is prohibited.
Tell that to Council Leader Van Buren.
What's that?
Oh, it's one of the campaign brochures the council leader put in my classroom.
I'll take care of it.
You ask a lot. I don't know if I can get all this done by tomorrow morning.
By tomorrow morning? You have until 72 o'clock.
That's crazy.
72 o'clock?
It's like 72
I
hours.
have developed my own efficient metric system of measuring time. A day has 100 hours, consisting of 100 minutes, with 100 seconds each. Everything else is too confusing.
So, I don't even have until tomorrow morning?
For a properly qualified teacher, even the impossible poses no problem. Or should I note in your file that you do not feel up to the tasks assigned you?
No, I'll...
Very good. And then you can call it a day and prepare tomorrow's lessons.
One thing's clear. Headmaster Block wants me to fail, but I won't disappoint the Archmage. And secondly, I like this school. And a school library would be great for the students. And third, the work the headmaster has given me is the perfect opportunity to keep my eyes open for Remy.
So 100 hours equates to 100 minutes, equates to 100 seconds, which equates to 72 o'clock, which does not make sense to me, but that's alright.
Is he working for the school? Or him?
Hey, we're going to talk to him
Excuse me,
again.
Headmaster Block.
Yes?
Why do so many of the notes on your desk have a small
So we're
hole
going to
in
get
the
a spell.
That's airmail. You spike the message on the beak of a homing. Not an optimal method. First, one obviously has a hole in the paper, and secondly, the pigeons are constantly flying into cliffs.
I think there's a simpler solution.
And that would be...
You could simply write the letters directly onto the pigeons themselves. As long as the pigeons are white and the ink black, the text should be clearly visible.
Not a bad idea at all. But it would make the archiving more difficult.
Records seem to be very important to you.
Order is very important. Records are a tool to that end.
I have a loose leaf binder for spells.
Come, maybe you can do something with this. There is no room for a spell in my files. Archive it, Mr. Weathervane.
Gladly. So, I'll get back to work.
Be my...
So I think we just got a
spell. Someone has written a note in them. Headmaster Pinkerton. His spell is currently circulating throughout the school. It opens tabs, knots, loops, and the like. By now, there is hardly a student who still has their pants around their waists and not their ankles. We need to stop this immediately. It seems magic isn't always limited to serious things.
So we got...
For opening tabs,
Oops. So we're going to use that later. So we're going to get a trophy first. And this trophy is called the file. Love. And what we need to do is just read all the files in this drawer. But we still need to read this one,
Allardyce.
Allardyce. And we're going to get a note from
Excellent
it.
student. There are many entries about improper interjections and questions. Oh, what's this? Axel A. Aronson. Axel cannot pay his school fees as he gives all his money to dodgy game developers. Beaverus Deepwood. Beaverus tried to turn wood into gold. In the end, he got mahogany, which in turn he sold for a lot of gold. Brian Blackstone. Brian became the youngest student ever to successfully cast the teleportation. He teleported himself 20 feet into the air and successfully fell to his death.
That was a stupid idea.
Bernison, Troll. Bernison of High Wind Lake managed to collapse the south wing of the school by sneezing. Daniel A. Kershaw. Daniel conjured himself a magical forest and has not been seen. Disaster. D died in a devastating explosion near a fire. His last essay on the development of my fart spell will be passed on to his surviving family.
That was quite hilarious.
Frog. Elmar's father, the royal executioner, asked for permission to see his son's school records. Elmar is doing fine. Truly. Really fine, lad. Looks as if a few pages were ripped out here.
And then we're going to begin the next section. So, did I have anything?
Fluffy transformed pure gold into a tasty piece of bread, so refuting the old saying that you cannot eat gold.
So did I have the last section, which is you two said, I believe.
Despite repeated warnings, which hiker is still using the school's palantir to make long-distance calls? Frederica Sillybottom has applied to the city council for a change of name. She shall henceforth be known as Frederica Sillybottom. Ingemar Thunderflash. Despite repeated demands, Ingemar refuses to tell us his real last name. No one is called Thunderflash. Yoda Green Gnome. Magic strong in this one is, but weak his grammar be.
And then we're up to Kato.
Lennart the Akagamic. Lennart the Akagamic, genius of the buttons, mage of the keys, has broken more brains than hearts. Most recently his own brain, which earned him a private suite in the Arkham Asylum.
So you guys don't have to actually do this, but unless you want a trophy, then definitely go through all the files. You can just skip it by pressing X. For everyone's purpose and for the video's purpose, I'm just going through each of them.
Marcel summons large hairy mammals and refuses to stop doing so. Marco intentionally uses words like and because he believes it would be too embarrassing to write them down here.
I think his last name is Titties, Marco Titties.
Mario Mushroom. Mario jumps on other people's heads, lights them on fire, and then calls the whole thing non-violent. Mark of the Southland. Lord Mark of the Southlands yesterday set fire to several teachers and flooded the gym. Again. Movie Van Gogh transformed the school sheep into an ape, although the librarian expressly forbids apes in the... Armadillo. Armadillo was expelled. It turned out that he was an armadillo in a penguin suit with a sign that said moo. Okay, no, that's just weird.
Yeah, that is very weird. And this is the last one.
Pabba the Great, the only student of this academy whose width exceeds his height, today received his degree. He will be missed. Percy Smith. Percy detonated a stink bomb during run-in training. The students never ran faster. Student Smith received an award. Peter. Troll. The Hunters Guild has asked us to find a new caretaker. It seems the grumpy troll snoring and farting is scaring off the wildlife for miles around. René Beetle. René claims to have been in a sky full of diamonds with a certain Lucy. Visits from females are strictly prohibited in this school. So are mushrooms. Russell the Undead. Russell the Undead Mage is constantly losing skin. There have been numerous complaints from the cleaning staff. Sasha Chalice. This entry was only added to make life difficult for anyone who has to read it out loud. Hey, it's not very nice.
Well, he pronounced it pretty well.
Serena Derpman. Serena discovered a completely new kind of magic. A second, completely unrelated incident then destroyed the entire laboratory. Speedster.
3 more.
Document not found. Did you mean speedster or speeds? Theragor Biratar. Theragor lost today's archery contest after he fired his arrow in the wrong direction. We sent his family flowers.
So he killed his family. instead of shooting the target.
Toby Corner. Toby Corner. Wise remarks, deficient. Wise cracks.
And that's it. So you get the file Muncher for completing this task. So I'm done here. And what we're gonna do, there's nothing important here that we need at this stage, but we do need the bellows. So remember to take that.
A nice pair of bellows. Hey, when my family wanted to forge something at home, I was in charge of the bellows. You are the most important gnome in this matter, they often used to say to me.
And we're gonna look at the
This
clock.
must be the best clock in the world. Most only have 2 or 3 hands. I don't really know what the clock wants to tell me, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't just show the time. There's so much to discover. I wish I could stay here forever.
So we're gonna pick that bellow up, and we're going to read the sign on top of the bellow, and that will tell us how to get to the library.
It says Fireplace Travel Network Map. It shows a lot of fat black dots connected by line. Above each of the dots is a name. Seastone, Mage Tower, Entrance Hall, Coaching Inn, Fox's Den, and many more. 3 animal symbols are located beneath each of the dots. I've heard about this. Wizards use a powder to travel through the fire in one fireplace to the fire in another. Of course, this doesn't just work with any fireplace. It must be on the Fireplace Travel Net. One of the dots is circled in black ink. Seastone, Mage School, Staff Room, that's this fireplace. A few lines lead away from the... Oh, there seems to be 2 other fireplaces here in the building. It's Seastone, Mage School, Astronomicon, and... Hey, Seastone, Mage School, Library. If this fireplace is connected to the library fireplace, I might be able to use it to get in there. The fireplace here in the staff room is connected to the fireplace in the missing library. The library is represented by the symbols owl, worm, and rat. I need fire, fireplace travel powder, and a little luck. This could be my way into the library.
So that just explains what you need to do in order to find the library.
Fireplace. I need fire.
So that's the fireplace. Come to grab this origami here, and that will be another sheet of paper.
Pretty. A swan.
A piece of
folded from a
paper.
piece of paper. The dwarven word for this art form means something like pointy ears build dust catchers out of paper because they can't deal with stone.
So we're going to pick up.
Hey, this isn't just some sheet of paper, it's... Sorry, Swan. Another book page.
And we're going to go back outside to meet the troll.
Whoa! The new caretaker troll. School looked terrible, really. It took days before we could move freely on the ground floor. Don't even want to think about it.
So I'll just clear the magnifying glasses.
And now we will gradually reclaim the building, and I will help train a new generation of mages. We will tidy the classrooms, we will tidy the halls, we will tidy the stairwells. We will never surrender. Those are the cobwebs the headmaster wants. Not only are there a lot of them, they're much too high for me.
Yeah, so we're going to speak to this troll here.
Hello. Hello. I'm Wilbur Weathervane, Professor Wilbur Weathervane. I teach, so I'm pleased to make your acquaintance.
That's just Ron eating his own brush.
If you were to talk to me, we could work together to accomplish much more for the school. Come on. I demand that you talk to me.
Oh, great. Someone else to make demands around it.
What are you doing?
What does it look like?
It looks like you're cleaning the hall. Well, now and then. A little.
Yep, it's my job. I'm a janitor. What of it?
You been a caretaker for long? What exactly are your duties?
I run the place.
Oh,
Nothing here works without me. Just no one notices, that's all.
I see. But don't the teachers and the school administration, etc., have a small share in the success of the school, right?
What success? You've had a look round this dump. It's disgusting. All dirty and run down.
Yes, it's quite dirty here, in fact. But isn't it your job to do something about it?
What do you think I'm doing?
Could take a while until you're done cleaning up the mess, right?
If you say so, Mr. Know-it-all.
I bet Council Leader Van Buren got you the job here.
Of course, she wanted the best.
Oh, great. I think she'd be perfectly happy if no progress was ever made here at the school.
Know what your problem is? You're a windbag. Bert thinks so too.
Who's Bert?
Buddy of mine, he thinks you're a windbag too.
But I don't even know Bert. Even we just met.
So you're saying I'm lying? That's exactly what Bert, me and the others hate about you.
There is no Bert.
You really live in your own little world, you windbag.
Headmaster Block has ordered you and I to clean the hall and free it of cobweb.
Already on it?
Yeah, but it doesn't seem to be progressing.
Oh, you can of course...
Not that, only maybe you could use some help. Do you have any other cleaning supplies? A broom, dustpan?
Sure, got it all, but I ain't giving you none. Get your own.
What's your problem? I'm offering you
That's
help and
pretty
saving
mean.
you a lot of work.
Oh, boo-hoo, cry me a...
Look, you were told to clean the entrance hall, I was told to clean the entrance hall. If we work together, it will be faster for both of us. Don't you get it?
You're just making life difficult.
Professor Brain should know. The rest of us are idiot.
I never said that. But it is a fact.
Don't know about anything, but wanna play the big man here, huh?
It is quite obvious that.
No one else is allowed an opinion. We had that here before, you know. Rotten fascist.
I don't want to fight with you.
Your parents are siblings. Yeah, all three of them.
Come on, seriously. I could really use your help. Please.
Can't cope with your life, huh? And now you want me to fix it for you, just like all.
You've never helped me. We don't even know each other.
Oh, a fine gentleman considers himself something better now, and suddenly doesn't know us anymore.
I'm slowly beginning to believe you actually find it funny.
Everyone hates me because I'm so cool.
I'm sure they don't.
Yes, they do. People say that I'm arrogant. But how should they know? Oh, I'm given time of day. And you know what beats everything?
No?
A hammer! Ha ha! Idiot.
So lame.
I'm keeping an eye open for a friend. So please let me know if anything unusual happens in the school. Well, you know, if for example someone's wandering around the school who has no business here, or if things disappear, or, you know, things like that.
There was a penny stuck in the door.
You what?
There was a penny stuck in the door. Wouldn't open.
Ah, that's probably not important.
Did you put the penny in there? If I find a coin in there, I'm taking you down.
It was nice talking to you.
That's like from Scrubs.
I really don't understand why so many people don't want to talk to trolls. And I think that's wrong. That's why I left.
Yeah, but then you run down everything I say. Who made you sheriff here? This school is going downhill and has been for a long time. Ever since you and a few others came here, there's been nothing but stress.
Hang on a minute. Isn't this your first day?
Didn't used to be that way. But now everything has to be politically correct, or you get silenced immediately.
Yeah, well, go.
Okay, so we're going to get rid of all the kobolds first before we start cleaning up the place. So we're going to go back to the teaching area, and we're going to kill 2 of them. We'll capture 1 of them and kill the other one. So we're going to kill the one at the plant, so just interact with the plant.
Plants have dried up. No one looked up. Only this plant must have found a water source somewhere. Perhaps one of the windows has a leak. It gives you hope to know that something beautiful and peaceful has survived in this gloomy building. Ah! Ugh!
So I just caught one of the kobolds, so the plant helped us out. And then the next part we're going to, as you can see, there's a kobold on the book. So we're going to make him move away.
Oi! Stop that! He kissed a picture of the princess. Probably better if I put the book in a safe place.
So we're going to set up a trap. And we're going to just use the book and interact with the, yeah, to make a trap.
Maybe I can lure him into a trap. Hey, look! That book! Ah, well, sort of. Locked up in a dark place with a book of fairy tales. Time to negotiate. Hello? Can you hear me? I got nothing against you, but you have to leave the school. It's too dangerous here for you, and you're interfering with the routine. I'm going to slowly open the desktop now, and you're going to come out peacefully. Right then. Ah! I should probably make the best of this. I'll just keep him in the pencil case where it's safe. Oh, I think he's woken up, and he's looking for trouble.
Okay, and we're going to go back outside. And we're going to get the troll to kill one of them. And we're going to make that one go out through the window. So we're going to do the one at the window first. And we're going to look at what the lever does.
No idea what it does. A lever. No idea what...
So we're going to activate the first lever on the right. And open the window at the bottom. And then we're going to activate the second window. Oops. When the kobold starts flying. So have a look at the top left. Oops, I just missed it. So you need to time it just when it starts flying. So ready, set. Go. And then the window will hit him down. And what you need to do is you need to close the windows. And then you close the top window. And that will...
That's it! I locked him out!
And that's how we'll lock him out. And then there's still one more, and we're going to get the troll to help us with that.
I'd love to know what's on the upper floors, but it's far too dangerous. A magical building that's been left on its own for 2 decades has magic seeping through the walls. Could be lethal. Oh, hello.
Why have you always got to be in my face?
Headmaster Block wants to get rid of the kobolds.
Didn't tell me.
But he did tell me, and I want you to help me.
Want whatever you want.
I know why you don't want to help. You can't. You're neither smart enough nor fast enough to catch the kobold.
I can do anything better than you can, that's for sure. But I don't have to prove anything to you.
Never mind. I like the kobolds. To be honest, I'm actually even proud of them.
Yeah, I've seen better.
You always have to use reverse
However,
psychology on the
really
troll
angry if someone
to make
scared
him
the
do
kobolds
things.
off.
Huh? You talking to me?
Why are you like that?
Like what?
So unfriendly, destructive, and such an art.
Troll's troll.
Things can't go on like this. Is that all you want? Just to be a right pain in the arse all your life? Someone who just annoys others without
So
ever...
he just killed it.
Blah, blah, blah. What is it? Finally notice your own stupidity.
You,
Want to apologize? Ha! Loser.
that was a waste.
And now we get a trophy called Exterminator for killing all the kobolds. Well, not killing all, but like, you know, you guys get what I mean. So the next thing we are going to do, we're going to try and clean the floor. And first of all, we're going to look at the display case.
Documenting the achievements of pupils of the school. Some sports trophies, pictures of slain. Pride of Place seems to go to a trophy won in a broom ball. Broom ball originally went by a different name. It was played on broomsticks using 6 winged balls, but there were legal complications. That's why today resembles nothing more than soccer, except that each player has a broom strapped to their back. Should I misuse the broom on display to sweep out the entrance hall? I mean, broom is a broom, right? Unfortunately, I can't open the display case. It's locked, and I don't have a key.
So we need to grab that key, and we can grab the key by stealing it off from the troll. And in order to steal off from the troll, what we're going to do, we're going to use the old coins, and we're going to use it against the wall.
If I put a coin into the gap in the door on the same side as the hinges, the door won't open it. Done.
And then we're going to get the kid, the troll, to look at it.
Oh, hello.
Why have you always got to be in my face?
I think there's a coin stuck in the door. Can't open it anymore.
Did you stick a coin in there?
No.
I hate it when the doors get blocked.
And we're going to cast a spell. So we're going to use the open spell, I believe.
Quick now. Omnia nunc aperero.
Ha ha, he didn't twig.
And then we're going to pick up the keys.
Got them.
And then we're going to go back into the room and open the case. And we're going to get the broom.
One of these keys has got to fit. Ah, there we go.
What are those noises, Professor Weatherville?
I was just removing an ugly stain from our display case. Our school's achievements should be there for all the world to see as a shining example.
He's
Well
such
said.
a good liar. Anyway, so we're going to go back outside. So we're going to get him to start sweeping the floor.
Right then, sleeves rolled up, a song on the lips, and up we go. Who am I trying to fool? The dirt is rock hard and impossible to shift, and the broom's too big for me, and the hole's huge, and I hate cleaning. It'd take me hours to get this done. There must be a better way.
So we're going to cast the spell using the automation spell, so that the broom will automatic sweep the floor.
Let's see. Why work when you can do magic?
And we're going to leave it to him. Now, so the next part, what we're going to do, we need to start a fire at the fireplace so we can travel into the library. So in order to start a fire, we're going to put some dry boards onto the fireplace. And we also
I
can...
hope that is not school property that you intend to burn there, Professor Weather...
They're just a few old boards.
From the school here?
Yes, but you should have thrown them away.
You should have thrown them away, but you didn't do so.
I thought to myself, why throw away the boards and waste expensive, necessarily burden school finances?
Good thinking, Professor Weathervane.
Wowzers! Even outside the classroom, this job is more complicated than I first...
So after that, we're going to put some, we're going to put the
I
dry
don't need
food
the empty carton
package,
anymore.
and we're going to use that as like a material to help us burn the wood faster. And then now we just need fire. So in order to make a fire, we're going to, well, I was
He's already done with the floor. At least, I'd call it clean enough. If it were any more clean, it would just point out how dirty everything else is. Okay, broom, you can... broom! That's it. Hey, stop, stop, I said!
So we can't stop the broom at the moment because we don't know.
Oh, I may have a little problem.
We don't know the spell to disenchant the broom. And we'll find out more about that a bit later. So what we need to do, we need to go and make a fire so we can access the library. And in order to do that, we're going to activate the plant.
Maybe it was always a carnivorous plant. But then again, perhaps it adapted to its new environment to survive. Don't worry, little plant. From now on, I'll take care of you. You won't have to go hungry anymore. Ugh, that's disgusting. Oh, that smells like rotten egg. Oh, like Grandad whenever he's eating bean soup.
So that's like fat. So we're gonna need a gas.
I'm gonna hold my nose. That gas smells like...
Because it's a flammable gas. And we're gonna need it. And so in order to get this gas, we're going to use the bellows on it to suck out.
Got it.
And then... So I'm just trying to move him. And then what we're going to do, we're going to use the bellows onto the apparatus.
Right then. If this gas isn't flammable, then I just don't know.
So now we're
Done! The machine is refueled.
And before we activate it, we're going to just pick up this item, this package first.
What's this? A gift. For Wilbur A. Wow! That's... what is it?
I'm a magic slate.
A talking slate?
I can speak, write, draw, calculate, sing, write poetry, and vibrate.
I like how it says
And answer
vibrate.
almost any question.
Wow! You look like you're pretty expensive.
Thank you.
And you're a gift. You're mine now.
The gift wrap and greeting card seem to indicate that this is the case.
But who is A?
Insufficient parameter.
Maybe Alistair, the Archmage.
Mordred, Vivian, Leslie, Alistair, Archmage of Seaster.
He probably thought I might need some help. How nice of him. Vivian. Haha. Can you be used to play games which appear to be free at first glance, but in the long term empty your pocket and leave you destitute?
No, I am a tool and was not designed for unproductive activities such as game.
Too bad. I bet you're really useful.
Insufficient.
So let me get this straight. I can write on you, and paint, and... do you know any spell?
No.
Can you give me any tips on how I can do my task?
Unless it's about recipes. Probably not.
I like you anyway. Okay, yeah, over and out.
Alright, so we're still missing something on the machine. So this is the yellow design drawing, and it actually gives you a hint as to how to reactivate the machine.
Gas, which is then ignited using complicated technology. Your fire maker is amazing. You fill it with flammable gas, which is...
So we just filled it with flammable gas. Now we're going to just turn it on.
Here we go.
And then once it's on, you can just choose any one
I
of
am
the songs.
master of... Who am I talking to? There's no one here.
And then we're going to use this nibble notepad and place it next to it.
I'll tear a sheet from the notepad into strips. They should do to get the fire to the fireplace. Let's give it a...
And
now,
then,
hurry!
so the fire will run out. So what I recommend you do is, after every time you walk halfway into the map, you just reignite the fire.
Burn!
And then just keep walking. And same thing here, just walk to the... I don't know what's happening. And then we're going to just reignite here as well. I'm just scared that it might not burn. And then we're just going to press circle and then do this.
Paper. Do you by any chance have...
You are a trained mage, Professor. The fire spell is part of your basic training. Or were there some gaps in your education about which I should be informed?
No, everything is fine. I'll just go get my wand. Crap! I have no idea how to conjure up fire. Paper, wood.
I forgot to use it from my inventory. So that's what you have to do. Make sure you use it from your inventory instead of just examining it.
I'm just about to summon fire with my magic skills. Oh, fire! Come here.
Careful, Professor. Don't burn the whole tower down around you.
Sorry. I don't like that.
So right now what we're missing is the travel powder, and in order to get the travel powder we need to speak to the headmaster.
Excuse me, headmaster.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have some good news from the entrance hall. The fight against the dirt has been won. However, what is your position on enchanted items?
As long as they function properly and can be controlled, no problem.
Then there's one more little thing I still have to do. The cobwebs in the hall are a long way.
And?
You may not have, but I'm a rather average-sized gnome.
That is no excuse. Get to work.
All kobolds have been driven off, as far as I can tell.
Good job, then. How did the vermin actually get in here?
Maybe they're in town on business and got lost?
Some joker must have summoned them. Or the Archmage. Probably wants me to look bad in my new job. Luckily, I was able to contain the kobold plague.
Well, actually, it was me.
Certainly. But who ordered you to do it?
Don't you hate employees like that? Taking all your recognition.
Yeah.
About the fireplace map over there.
Yes.
It shows several fireplaces in the school.
Of course. Large and important buildings can have more than just one access to the fireplace travel.
One of them seems to be in the missing light.
Good thinking, Weathervane. Get to the bottom of it.
I'm already on it. But even if the fireplace was still reachable, don't you need a special magic powder to use the network?
True. You need some extremely rare and valuable fireplace travel powder. Only high-ranking civil servants receive small amounts of it.
Thank you.
Weathervane, aren't you listening? Only high-ranking civil servants get some for personal use.
But I thought I was supposed to find the missing library.
Of course, but without wasting my fireplace travel powder, thank you very much.
Oh, nothing. I met the caretaker.
I know what you want to say. I'm not enthusiastic about it myself. Trolls are sullen, slow, and rude. But what can I do? They have a stranglehold on the janitorial market. We must live with it. Still, we were able to negotiate a good...
What do you mean?
Paragraph 1, Section 1. The troll is not allowed to speak with any school employee or student unless explicitly requested.
Okay,
So,
so
I'll get back to work then.
You do that. After all, you have already accomplished something.
So we're going to try and steal that powder, and we're going to do that by using the bad-tempered kobold onto the headmaster.
Haha, time for a little distraction. Hopefully this will get Blocky's attention.
And then we're going to steal the powder, and then we can go into the library.
So that would be the next... Ah! Go away! Did you see that, weather vane? The insult! Unbelievable! The things one must put up with here.
Appalling, Headmaster.
And then now we're going to use the powder onto the fireplace, so we can get to the library.
Well, this should be interesting. The flames have turned green and the fire is suddenly cool. I guess it worked. It's not a normal fire anymore. It's cool and can take me anywhere on the fireplace travel network. I guess I just have to think of the symbols that are painted on the plan next to the library fireplace. Owl, worm, and rat. Owl, worm, and rat.
So we're going to explore the library now.
Wherever the missing library is, I'm inside it now. Huh? Hello?
What is it? What does it want here?
My name is Wilbur Weathervane. Who is speaking?
It's scary. It should not be.
Headshot.
What the?
He's trying to break loose. Help!
He has awakened. What does it want?
Who?
We are books. Yes, books. That is the word.
And you're alive?
That is none of your business.
What happened? I found the library and I heard noises. I guess that was probably you.
The book is more powerful than the
sword.
Thingy. You know, for writing.
A pen.
Right. The book is mightier than the thingy.
Would you mind letting me get up? It's pretty uncomfortable here.
Haha, never.
But at some point you'll have to let me get up.
Is that possible?
What?
That we, sooner or later, have to let him get up?
No idea.
The answer to your question is,
No idea?
Okay. Okay, I'll just lie here for now.
Ha! Exactly. Like,
So, the missing library's your home?
It, isn't missing.
It was here the whole time.
Well, for the rest of us out there, it wasn't.
Out there?
You know, in the school.
Shoot. You know anything about them?
You wear them on your feet.
So you mean your feet thought the thing here had disappeared?
I'm not being funny, but you seem to be pretty confused to me.
Confused? Ha! We are, we're books. We know everything.
All right then. So come on, tell me. What type of books are you?
Well, me? Well, I'm a big, philosophy book. And my comrade here is, thingy.
I am a, you write words in it and explain them.
I don't know what kind of books
A
that.
written word explanation book.
Oh, that's a good
There's
term.
something pretty weird. How about we try and figure out what's going on here?
You can't trust. We don't know what it is.
It is not a book.
I say we throw it out the window so that its leaves are scattered to the four winds.
I think you're right. It has its own thoughts, and that is not a good thing. I think.
Well, I think you're getting a little bit carried away with yourself.
Careful!
It's tearing itself loose.
I like how they're doing this slow motion.
It's coming right for us. What a monster!
Look, you, I won't hurt you, but something really weird is going on here, and I am not going to let you throw me out the window.
Make it go away.
We know it not. It's scared.
Nasty hop.
So we're gonna examine the room first, like always.
I think the library goes even further up there. One can hardly see anything because it's so dark, and I don't see a ladder or a stairway that would lead up there. If the librarian wasn't some sort of monkey, I mean an ape, I don't know how he'd get up there. I thought there weren't very many books in this school. No wonder. They're all here. Depending on what lies beyond the passages, this could easily be the largest magic library in the country. I wonder if the books were always alive, or were they brought to life because of this place? And shouldn't books be terribly wise creatures? Why are the ones here so simple-minded? That's strange. The writing is very pale and fuzzy. It's almost as if... I have to get used to these living books. This wall, this arch, it looks like a door belongs here, but there's only a... It's almost as if this room was hiding from the world. Or was it forgotten? This wall...
Okay, so...
The books have all retreated to the shelves. I don't know which one's attacked. Listen, I won't hurt you. I've been looking for you. You and the library should come back to the school.
Make it!
But I won't hurt you. How can I prove? Did you make the library disappear? Do you know how to make it real? Maybe we can help each other. One hand washes the other.
It wants to wash us, so the last bit of ink will
Talking isn't helping here. I just have to prove to them I'm their friend.
We're gonna look at the drawer, and I think there's some items there as well. The fire spell.
Empty. Everything that might once have been in there seems to be spread across the deck. I need wood for a fireplace, and instead of burning books or a shelf, I'd rather have something that no one seems to use.
So that's part of the agent to help us with burning the fire or starting the fire. And that's one of the missing pages.
This is a spell. The fire spell! The most important spell of all to a mage! I finally have it!
Oh, sorry. It's actually the fire spell.
If it weren't so scary here, the library could be a really nice... I think it once was. You don't see doilies anywhere else in the school.
So we need that for later. And we're gonna look at the desk.
Not sure this desk was meant for students. It might have belonged to the library. Looking at the tools, a large part of the work must have been the care and repair of...
So this is the last page.
This book is in worse than poor condition. The glue has given up the ghost and now several pages are missing. Here's one of the pages. I'll take it with me. Jelly glowfish usually only survive a few years if nobody looks after them. Perhaps the books fed them so they wouldn't have to live here in total darkness. Wouldn't that be terrible? To be locked in a library and not have enough light to read all the wonderful books around you. That's the 6th sheet. I think there's only one missing now. If I could repair the book, that might convince the other books that I mean them no harm. I would have to sew the missing pages together and then glue them to the book spot.
Dum-de-doodaloo.
Huh? Do you know anything?
I know everything.
It's like an iPad with Siri.
Right? A few at a time.
Correct. The so-called...
And these quires are then glued to the book?
Correct. For which you need wheat starch. Alternatively, alchemically manufactured adhesives or some natural products, such as troll snot, can be used.
Troll snot?
Correct. Troll snot forms the basis of many industrial adhesives.
Thank you for this valuable and
I think
somewhat
there's a bug
disgusting
here.
information.
If you look at his
Cheers.
face, he's not looking directly at the iPad or the slate. So we need to go back. We're going to make a fire first. In order to make a fire, we're going to put the... Oops.
Hello?
How can...
Okay,
So we're going to throw the wooden drawer into there.
It would be better if the headmaster never finds out about this.
And we're going to put the nibbles
One or two blank sheets
notepad
of
there as
paper onto
well.
my notepad should be enough.
And we're going to start a fire with the magic spell.
Ignifaxius ignisfero. I'm slowly getting up.
What did it do?
It summoned the Red Devourer.
And then we're going to use the
That was the last of the fireplace
powder.
But I think
Travel
it was
powder. So what we need is we need to go and speak to the headmaster and get the last page before we can fix everything up. I mean, fix the book up.
Excuse me, Headmaster Block.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was in the library. It's fine, more or less.
Yeah.
Well, it's not easy to get into. You just need a little bit of magic.
Unfortunately, that is unacceptable. The library is a room like every other room in this building, and it has to live with the fact that staff and students may want to enter it in the conventional manner. Through the...
But how?
I do not care how. Get the room back, Professor. And then I can finally return this loose page to where it belongs.
That note you have there, it looks like a page from a book.
Yes, indeed. It's an incomplete travelogue. The traveler, apparently a researcher, speaks of a country called The arts, sciences, languages, and crafts are revolutionary. Very exciting concepts, but unfortunately, the book is incomplete.
If you give me the page, I might be able to find the rest of the book for you.
Thank you. I'd like the whole story. I'm sure the tale will end well and will serve as a role model for us. Yeah, take it.
Ta.
So now we've got all the pages, and we're going to make the
Yeah.
So we're going to make the rest of the book. And we're going to go back through the portal. So in order to make the book, we need to make it at the library. Because that's where the rest of the book is. So we need to just put the rest of the 6 pages onto the book. And we're going to just climb up. So all the items that we got at the moment. Oh, we're still missing something.
Finally. Now
Sorry,
I can
guys.
start a fire.
We're going to just go back. Because I just realized we're missing the glue. And we're going to get the glue by speaking with the troll.
What?
I have to...
Okay, so we're going to use this thing here, a dolly, on
Look
here.
here, isn't it pretty?
Ugly.
That's not true. Got it from my grandmother. It's an heirloom. And wow, it means a lot to me.
Thank you for showing it to me.
Ha ha! I tricked you. I wanted your snot in the cloth.
That just sounds wrong.
Wow, you're so great.
And then we're going to go back to the fireplace. And we're going to climb up on those books onto the desk. Oh, the stools. I thought it was books. Anyway, so first of all, we're going to combine some of our items. We're going to combine the fishbone with the strings first.
It worked! And I can even sew. Mum showed me while Dad was teaching Sydney how to weld.
And then now we're going to combine the needle and thread with the
right.
pages.
Now I'll sew the 7 together. Done!
And now we're going to combine the glue with the... with the book.
All right. I'll smear a little troll snot along the spine.
Yeah, I think there's a bug here because he's not looking at
And
the
then I'll
book.
carefully glue the choir in.
He's just looking at me, and it looks very
Good as
freaky.
new.
Look, he's not looking at the book. Hey, he can read
I
it.
attempted to rise, but was not able to stir. For, as I happened to lie on my back, I found my arms and legs were strongly fastened on each
How
side
is he
to the
reading the
ground.
book without looking at the
The
book?
same was the case with my very long and thick hair. I likewise felt several slender ligatures across my body, from my armpits to my thighs. I could only look upwards. The sun began to grow hot, and the light offended my eyes.
You
Of course. You are actually one of my favorite books.
read all.
You mean you can?
Books cannot read. We have to be read. When no one reads us, our stories fade and we forget who we are.
Oh, that is so sad. I would love to help you all, but I've so much to do and I can't possibly read you all.
Reading books is ancient magic. You can travel to foreign places, the past and the future.
What does that mean?
There's always time for a good book.
Well, okay then. Who wants to go first?
Me, pick me.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
So you get a trophy called
the age of wisdom.
Bibliophile,
age of
and that's by combining the book.
That was great. I'm going to repeat that as soon as possible. Well, how did I do? And how long was I gone?
Not long enough.
So I think they have like a different time. Like time goes slower if you're in the library. Maybe that's why. He said, you know, you haven't gone long enough.
It looks like this library has finally returned to life.
So we need to come back to the library and we're going to do a special quest. But before that, we're going to just examine all the question marks.
What is this? Laws of Aventasia. Hello? Are you alive? You're not going to bite my finger off if I open you, right? In Bracken, men are forbidden by law from giving their wives a nasty look on Sunday. In Belzane, women are forbidden to wear fake moustaches if said wearing could incite temple visitors to lie. What else have our legislators come up with? In Shindula, men and women over 18 years are prohibited by law from opening their mouths while smiling if doing so would reveal more than one missing tooth. Oh, come on. No one could really come up with this stuff. These are the silliest laws I've ever heard. In Seastone, public employees under 1.5 meters in height are not allowed to work at heights of more than 3 meters. I take it all back. This book is coming with me.
So now he doesn't have to clean the cobwebs.
A great team. I didn't read all of the books. Once I got started, many of the books remembered their text. It was as if they were awakening from a long sleep. I only had to read a few sentences, and they were able to remember who they were again. The text came back, black as coal and crisp, and they began to quote from their contents. All at once. It was fantastic. Hello, friend.
He who from the world retires, void of hate is blessed. Who a friend's true love inspires, leaning on his breast.
Very nice.
Wilbur, friend of books, has returned. Hail to our king!
Come on, I didn't do that.
It is a kingly act to assist the fallen.
You seem to all be doing well again.
We have so many stories to tell, so much knowledge to share.
Tomorrow, I'll bring my students here. They could use a few good books.
And we could use them.
At last, the door to the library's reappeared. Things are going to get a lot lively around here.
Oh, let's hope so.
We don't want the library to be so ashamed of us that it hides again.
Is that why it disappeared?
Philosophy books that can't hold a thought. Dictionaries almost speechless. Travel books that have lost their way. We were not a collection one could be proud of.
You said earlier that you need the students. What for?
You experienced it. Books that are no longer read lose their power. They fade. They're forgotten. Our ideas and our knowledge only stay alive for as long as we read.
Are all you books alive then?
No. Even here there are books that cannot emanate. Some books stay dead, no matter how often you read them.
Oh, I had a math book in school once. It was just...
I've
got to go. Lots to do.
Goodbye, Wilbur. And take time for a good book.
The books have been through a lot.
Okay, so we're gonna look at this book. And this book tells us how to stop the broom.
From the spirits that I call, sir, deliver me.
Aha! A suitable book. The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Tell me, how did the apprentice get rid of the enchanted broom in the book again?
Back now, into the clock. Be thou as thou wert until I, the real master, call thee forth to serve once more.
Back now, broom, into the closet. Be thou...
Okay, so we're gonna look at this oldie book, and it's gonna get us to do a new quest.
A sad story. Their fate was sealed by the leaky roof.
Well, maybe I can...
It's too late for them.
Correct. That's why we should help them before they're destroyed. Oh, no. Not.
We've already been through all. The book friend hasn't got time for silliness.
Time is irrelevant. You are irrelevant.
The books are ruined, and there's nothing we can do to change.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna speak with this book again to start the quest.
Hello?
Or side quest.
Wilbur, I've been waiting for you for a long time.
You've been waiting for me?
Of course, for many years, since way back then.
But I don't think I've ever seen you before.
You didn't. Of course you have. Many years in the past. It just hasn't happened yet.
Who are you?
Call me Emmett. Emmett, the Book of Time Travel. Alternatively, Emmett, the Scatterbrain. I know everything there is to know about time travel.
Captain Nate travelled back in time. He had an amulet from the arch...
But our bewildered friend here thinks you can just zip around the time stream without the use of any magic. Just into the past. The future isn't written. Have you never heard of the word paradox?
If it were possible, we could save those poor books from being so... And how exactly does this all work? Time travel with...
Why, how all journeys with books work. You read about a time, imagine it, and then great... Hey presto, precise. If it didn't work, I wouldn't be telling you about it.
It can't hurt to try. Send...
Are you absolutely certain? The past is a strange place.
Tell me about it.
Well, listen. And the world was the same, and yet different.
What is this?
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna examine, we're gonna look at the desk and get some
There's no trace of the
items.
librarian at this point in time. There's a few broadhead nails. Maybe for nailing books with wooden covers. I'll take a few.
And then we're gonna look at the power
Apart
books.
from everything looking so strange, not much has just a few more books and a little less... Apart from just a...
Okay, so we're gonna speak with the
Hello?
books.
What do you mean?
We've always been able to speak. We are living books, and you are...
Well, from the future?
Naturally.
Tell me. Why does everything suddenly look so strange in here?
Strange? What do you mean, strange?
It's never looked any different.
But it did. In my time, it was all much sharper and somehow more detailed.
Oh, so things look sharper in the future.
Yes, it feels a little harder to move about.
Have you suffered a knock to the head recently? Perhaps you should consult a medicus.
Those books in the corner there, how long have they been like that?
A tragic story. A few years ago, somebody was supposed to repair a hole in the roof, but they forgot.
That's why I'm here. I just don't think I've travelled back far enough.
You don't say.
A book about time travel sent me here. Where is it?
He never shut his flap about his crazy theories, so we took care of it.
I'm just gonna take a little look around here.
Please yourself.
So we're gonna rescue the book.
Burying a book underneath its peers. How could you? What the others did to you wasn't very nice.
Books are very stubborn. Once you've written something in them, it's very difficult to change their mind.
It actually worked! I'm really here!
That can't be disputed, but what worked?
Time travel, whatnot. You sent me back to this point in time.
It worked? Great Scott! It worked!
Send me a few more years into the past. Please. Well, you tell me about the past, and I imagine exactly what it was like.
I see. All right, then. A few years ago, things were very different around here.
It's even more retro. So they don't speak at all, and so we actually still need to go back in time a bit more. There you are. You kept warning me that you can't hear yourself talk back in this time. It's quite irritating. Don't know you. You're the time travel book, aren't you? No, I've been bound by the librarian. I know you from the future. Your book about time travel. I know what your theme would be. Time travel sounds crazy. But it works, at least in this room. You sent me here. You're the only book that knows anything about it. However, that does cause a few problems. Yes, but time travel I'll learn everything about. The words will fly off my page and everyone will want to read me. Because only I hold the secrets to time travel. Hooray! And he runs away. How do I get... So we're gonna speak with these books here. So we can't actually open the toolbox because it's locked. So the further you travel into the past, the more Spartan everything seems to be. What will happen if I just keep going further back in time? Would I eventually just dissolve? A toolbox, finally a trace of our unreliable workman. And it's locked. So we need to steal the keys. Because of the hole in the side, the rain will fall through and you'll get wet. And we all. But I'd really like to go back to my own time. As to everything was better in the past, look at all of this still fan page. All that the youth is interested is in color pictures. And then there's that dreadful music everywhere you go. Could you tell me more about back then? Of course, everything was wonderful. And then we went back further into the past. So the fat mate in dungarees is sleeping in front of the blazing fireplace. The distinct odor of alcohol hangs heavy in the air. So what we need to do is look at the workman. And it's a snoring man with stubble on his chin wearing dirty dungarees with some empty wine bottles beside him, and there's a strap with a key on it hanging around his neck. So what we're going to do is use the flap opening spell on the letter code, and then you take out your, so you guys can read that part. And that thing just fall. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the key. And we're going to use the key on... Oh, can't use it yet. So we're going to take also the actually no, sorry guys, my bad. So we'll look at the library now. So we need our tar paper. So we're going to take the tar paper with us, which is the riffing paper. And now what we're going to do, we're going to talk to the old books. And then you say I have to travel to the future. And then what we're going to do, we're going to use the keys. And we're going to open. And then we grab the hammer and then we're going to go up. And then that should repair the rift. Do you mean that sarcastically? It's always hard to tell when you can't hear voices. No, really. I saved your life. You shouldn't be making fun of me. And I said that indignantly. You're a hero. And then we just need to speak with the books again. And then we move back forward.
This? Dear Wilbur, hey, a message from the time travel book. Shortly after you travelled back to your time, I left the library. There is a lot out there to discover. Time travel must be possible, even without magic and outside of a magical library. Don't you agree? I want to thank you for everything, book friend, for saving those curmudgeonly old books. Above all, for giving me a topic, nay, even more, a passion. Take this gift as thanks. May it always keep your clever head dry. Wow! What a stylish hat!
So you'll get a trophy by completing the mini quest, which is called the Time Traveler, and you can wear the hat afterwards, and it looks pretty cool. It's a paper hat.
The paper hat of the book friend. I hope no books were harmed in the making of it.
Here you go. You guys can see the hat. Okay, so the next part we're going to disenchant the broom.
There has to be a way.
We're going to use back now broom into the closet.
Back now, broom, into the closet. Be thou as thou wert before. Oi, I said into the closet. Ah, well, at least that nightmare is over and the entrance hall is swept. Now I can go see Headmaster Block. It seems to be back to normal. The magical interlude doesn't seem to have left any scars.
So we're going to take the broom with us. And we're going to speak to the headmaster.
The entrance is swept, the kobolds are gone, and the library is back.
And you get a trophy called the Devil after you done all these tasks.
What do you want now?
I just want to say I've completed all the tasks.
You have, as was to be expected. There are a few other things. The other floors have yet to be cleared of rubble, and there are holes in the roof. Also, we have a problem with giant spiders in the basement. In addition, take care of the banquet for tomorrow.
Headmaster Block?
Shoo, shoo! I want to call it a day.
But... it's impossible for me to finish by tomorrow.
Impossible? Impossible? I thought nothing was impossible for Mr. Gnome.
You and the council leader, you two will never get away with this.
All floors, the roof, the basement, and the food before tomorrow morning. You come up with a way to get it.
That's pretty mean.
What do you say to that?
And he also leaves as well.
That's unfair. Nobody could do all these tasks alone. I don't even need to try. I'd best go into town and talk to Remy in the inn. They'd
Maybe he'll know what to do.
So that's the end of chapter 1, part 2. And so this is the end of chapter 1 as well. So thanks for watching, everyone. Leave some feedback, comment below, and give me a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Hope this video helps, and if you have any questions about any parts of the game, let me know. Just leave a comment and I'll try to respond to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, and let's finish the game off.
Something's weird here. No one could finish all those tasks by tomorrow.
Doodaloo, doodaloo.
Huh?
Dum-de-doodaloo.
Yes?
That is not correct.
What do you mean?
The tasks could be completed.
Yeah, by any real mage, Professor.
No, most mages do not enjoy physical work at all. They let others do the work.
But I don't have the gold to pay an army of craftsmen.
For centuries, mages have relied on golems for help. They are strong, work without breaks, and need no pay.
Ah, that sounds interesting. But I think I'm going to talk to Remy at the inn first.
Oh, so who's coming out? Ooh.
Lock the door.
Very well, Headmaster Block.
So there's actually 2 headmasters. And that's it. And you also get the trophy called School's Out, which is the trophy that you get by the end of chapter 1. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave your comment and feedback below. And I hope you guys enjoy chapter 2 and my previous videos. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.